And on The View today.
Yeah, it was a very interesting
show today. They had, what's his name?
Colman Domingo.
Okay.
He played Mr. in The Color Purple, the musical, The Color Purple.
Okay.
My mama had to remind her. I said, "Mom, you remember seeing him?" Oh, I didn't even recognize him. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was him, Ma. Now,
the guy that played Mr.
Colman. Now this movie,
what happened?
They're talking about his new movie coming out. They did it in memorial to MLK. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we always talk about how far we've come along and how much more farther we have to go when it comes to race relations and stuff.
Right.
And they just kind of talked a little bit about what DeSantis has put some kind of some states limiting how schools can teach about race.
Right.
Florida is really big on that, but Whoopi did have a good question of why is that such a concern with people when you learn about the history of everybody.
People don't want to know.
I know, but come on with it. So that was
you're making people feel bad.
But still, why would you feel bad if you have nothing to do with it?
Because you feel bad because you benefited from it.
Yeah, see, that's really crazy. You want to know everybody's history.
No, you don't. People don't want to know. Just like black people don't want to know about black people owning slaves.
Yeah.
As soon as you start talking about it, they'll be like, why you have to talk about that? People don't want to know the truth.
But the truth you should be able to take the truth in and go, okay, I'm knowledgeable more now.
Yeah, they don't want
Well, the reason why they brought this up is because the lady shared how, like the movie Sarah, they talked about Hidden Figures. Mm-hmm. And Hidden Figures is historic. My mom didn't even know about that. And she was back in that time. There are a lot of blacks that don't even know these three women existed.
You know what? I have a question. I don't understand how y'all went to, because they separated y'all. Mm-hmm. So you went to an all-black school and all your teachers were black and they didn't really teach black history? I would think they would have been teaching them about black history.
But would they go that in depth?
Were they trying to teach y'all so that when y'all went to college or something, y'all would be able to keep up with white people? I think that's what they was concentrating on.
And then some schools are different, the curriculum. Sometimes the teachers can bring...
It could be.
Oh, she may have fallen asleep when they did teach about it. Could be her. When they start talking about the three ladies.
All right, go ahead.
So even with the Colman Domingo's part that he's playing in this new movie, which I'm going to see, I think it's on Netflix once I sign in to our account.
Yeah.
That was their segue into the Hidden Figures and then the character that he's playing, Bayard Rustin. I didn't know about Bayard Rustin. And the Obamas produced this, and he mentioned also George.
Huh? Oh, okay.
What's his name? George.
Well, you wrote down notes.
I took notes. I know Obamas was very instrumental, and George C. Wolfe. Mm-hmm. He was instrumental in getting Martin Luther King to do the march. Mm. And I'm like, whoa.
Who did this guy play?
He played him. So this is
the one that he has the Academy Award nominated, it was SAG or something. He'll probably get
better acting. This shows his acting skills.
More than Color Purple. That's what I said.
Yeah, so show the
Remember I told you in the Color Purple he was average.
I know, and we were comparing him to the other Mr.
But in this one, no, I wasn't comparing him. I just felt like they was building him up so much. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna see this different. He was average in there.
It didn't give him an opportunity to.
In this movie, he should win an Academy Award.
Because he was very involved in this movie. The movie was built around him. Okay. And Obamas wanted to show this story, so they produced it.
Rustin, Emmy-winning actor Colman Domingo plays a key figure in the civil rights movement who many people don't actually know about.
Let us know if y'all can hear okay, because Friday was horrible. So let us know if the sound is okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bayard Rustin is the man who inspired Dr. King to answer the call to lead. Take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Colman Domingo.
All right. Okay. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, he came on and because he's introducing this movie now, I know, okay, let me go check out this gentleman that Rustin that we never, some people may know. I'm not going to do a general statement because some people may know about him, some don't. I don't know. Nobody was in. You would think the very people that was around Martin Luther King were the ones that probably, hey, do the march. Hey, you should do. But apparently for them to build a story on this and a movie on this, he had very instrumental. He helped manage it, I guess, and helped heavily planned it. And he was just kind of talking a little bit about the character. He was a star athlete, American hero, is what he's saying, devoted his whole life to service and human rights. He did sit-ins, even before Rosa Parks. He was doing stuff.
Well, everybody was doing that.
I know.
Yeah, we know that.
I know.
By this time, everybody knows that certain people was chosen.
There was not. Yeah. He faced opposition with people in the movie, given his gay lifestyle. The actor shared these words on an openly gay man himself. History marginalizes because he didn't fit a certain profile.
Well, he was gay.
How we re-examine history now. You can't just cherry pick democracy.
Right.
Either we're fighting for everyone's right.
Yeah.
Either we're not.
Yeah.
And the movie was produced by Barack and Michelle Obama and director George Wolfe. So I do get when he made that comment because he is also openly gay. And a lot of times we get off focus on a person's lifestyle. Like, oh, you know, their sexual preferences and all of that when they are the person for the job to get it done, whether it be a company running something, whether it be a movement. A lot of times we had a little thing on like, we only see that and that's it. No, sit him down. No. And people think that's probably why he wasn't put out there known.
That's exactly
for what he was doing with Martin Luther King. It's unfortunate.
And I agree, but you know what?
I agree with them. At that time.
I agree with them not because that would have taken away from what they was trying to do.
Yeah.
Everybody would have been focusing on the fact that he was gay.
Thank you.
Just like you said, Ricky Dillard. Yeah. You said, what was the pastor that told him?
Chicago pastor.
Don't say nothing.
Away. Yeah.
Just be quiet. Nobody, if you are, I mean, I think he is, but we don't know.
We don't know. Allegedly.
Yeah. But
there's a lot of gospel artists that were like,
right. But he said, don't say nothing. And he's right. And the same thing I feel like with Tyler Perry. Don't say nothing. Tyler Perry has a lot of church people.
Luther Vandross didn't say anything.
Luther Vandross, anybody don't say nothing because it takes away, unfortunately, from what people, they like you. But then there's people that's like, women get away with it different than men, I think. Like Robin on Good Morning America.
Okay.
And Ellen. Women can get away with it more than men can.
That's true.
Because men, a lot of times, if they come out or whatever, people will be like,
they shun them.
I can't see you ever playing a regular role ever again.
They do the shame game.
Yeah. So that makes sense. But he was instrumental in getting MLK to march.
And I think, too, because of his lifestyle in that case, that wasn't his fight at that moment.
Right.
It was getting a march and civil rights movement. Right. So I'm glad if this is how he will be portrayed in the movie, then I would shake his hand and say, thank you for not taking people off focus.
But I wish that Black people would do that now. It seemed like Black people back then were focused.
Yeah.
They knew what they needed to do. They knew what the goal, everybody knew what the end of the goal line was. Yeah. Today, it seemed like Black people scattered all over the place. And it don't take a lot to distract.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like you said there. Well, he's gay. Let's talk about the fact that he's gay. No, that's not what we hear.
That's not the fight.
We here to talk. The only thing that got everybody under the same umbrella was George Floyd. Because of COVID and because everybody was locked in the house. They couldn't watch no sports. They couldn't watch anything else. They had nothing but time and energy to focus on him. So they all became locked in on that. And that seems like sad to say, but the only time that we can move as a unit is when something like that happens. That forces us.
Well, that shiny object is not shining on other things that throw us off.
Yes.
But
we get distracted as Black people. Every week some stupid story comes and then Black people jump on it. And then that's all they talk about for a week or 2 weeks.
Right.
And then some other story will come on, and then they'll talk about that.
To that one.
Remember, it was Tyler Perry. It was Diddy.
It was Cat Williams. It was.
Please don't talk about it.
It was different. Monique one moment. It was
every story. So it's always, and then they move on to some other shiny object.
Yes.
And then talk about that.
But the civil rights movement, oh my God, even Martin Luther King and the circle of people got opposition.
Right.
So there was people, I don't know, Marvin. I don't know. Be careful.
You mean Malcolm?
Not just Malcolm, but even the in-between. They wasn't the extreme like Malcolm maybe, but they were like still afraid. Right, I don't know. Should you be doing this? So when God's called you to do something, do it because God's got your back.
Well, that's why he said, you know what? We always talking about these ministers now. And Martin Luther King, apparently.
He was a pastor. I mean, a reverend.
And was doing a whole bunch of stuff. Mm-hmm. That didn't stop people from listening to him.
And what's this name that brought it out? Begin with a C.
Abernathy.
I'm sorry, begin with an A. Why did Abernathy need to bring out
he was a hater.
The Martin Luther King messiness?
He's a hater.
Really? That's another thing that gets me. I don't sit and go.
It's the crabs in the bucket.
I don't sit here and go, like even with the Cat Williams and anybody. If it's truthful, that's fine. You may be telling truth. You may be like right on it. Got the receipts to prove it.
Right.
I still go back to you and say, what's your motive?
What's the purpose?
What's your motive?
What's the purpose?
What's in the heart now? Come on, why are you saying this?
Right.
You got to be real and go, because I feel this way and I feel this way.
Right.
So, but I wanted to bring that out as a MLK thing. Let's watch it. I think it's on Netflix right now.
What is it called?
I think it's his name. I believe it's just his name.
And it's the one he probably going to get the Academy Award nomination for.
Bayard Rustin.
Yeah,
so I think
Rustin.
It's called Rustin.
It's called Rustin.
Yeah.
This is the one he'll get he'll probably get an Academy Award nomination for this one. Now, I remember him. I know him from Walking Dead.
You said he was in Walking Dead. The newer one.
Yeah, not the new one, but the spinoff.
Oh, okay.
The first spinoff, yeah.
But you said he was a gay character.
He was gay there. He's gay in everything.
Really? You know what? That's very rare. That's very rare.
And he plays like he's not a feminine gay guy.
Right.
So they get him to play, we don't want a feminine gay guy. Get Domingo.
And he'll really play it because that's how he lives. Mm-hmm. But Wendy can attest to this. Back in the day, in my days, and even before, you didn't know actors were gay. You didn't know.
You didn't know Rock Hudson was.
You didn't know Perry Mason was with the little pinky ring on his finger.
And Mr. Brady.
Yes. And you were like, boy, they play that husband role really good. They're really good actors.
See, he couldn't come out. He would never be Mr. Brady to us.
I know.
Never.
I know.
And we didn't know Greg was talking to Miss Brady.
I know.
Greg and his mom is talking with Florence Henderson.
Ooh, Barry. I ain't watching that show no more.
So you can't tell everything.
But yeah, he plays gay parts and he's out with it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I wanted to see this movie to see that that acting part of him.
Yeah, this guy was gay in Walking Dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was surprised they even had a character that they really wanted a character like that in Walking Dead. Because Walking Dead, they didn't really have any type of...
Well, I can understand.
You know
remember when I was saying how they pushed the gay agenda?
Yeah.
That one I can see because you only showing a few people.
Yeah.
So you want to kind of show everybody. You want to show
Latino,
we got a gay guy in here. We got a
little kid.
Yeah.
Okay. A racist.
That one I get.
And all of them got zombies walking after them.
They all had one motive. To get away from the zombies. And then after a while, if those of you like Walking Dead, that was my favorite show. After a while, the zombies were nobody. It was the people that they had.
You had to watch out for the next man in the next camp.
The zombies was nobody. Yeah, you was like
Michonne and them coming back. And Rick.
I gotta watch that.
Michonne and Rick. Hey.
When is it coming?
It may be February, maybe March.
All right.
Yep.
I got to watch
Walking Dead.
So I think I'm going to be coming back to The Walking Dead, y'all. Okay. Right now, I don't watch television, so they bringing me back to TV. Okay. All right. Emerald says, happy MLK Day, ladies.
Hey.
Wendy says, happy MLK. Mm-hmm. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Tough Cat said, sounds great, ladies. Must be when you're saying to watch the movie.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Emerald says, sounds great. Mm-hmm. Oh, the sound. I was asking if the sound.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sounds great. Sounds great, ladies.
Wendy says he could help because he was gay. Yeah, that guy, him, Rustin. Christopher says, hello all. 12 degrees down here in Tennessee. Hope everyone's staying warm. They canceled all MLK celebrations. for 12 degrees.
We had below 11
like
below
20 or something.
They still kept our little events going on because you know here in the Chicago area we keep it going.
I will say in Tennessee though they can't get cold.
Really?
They don't.
I thought
they
it
don't
was
use
snow
salt.
and ice is the problem.
They don't use salt.
Not cold,
but they don't use salt. So you be sliding everywhere when they
like
get
call
cold.
your brothers and sisters that live in New York and Chicago and Minnesota.
But they don't use salt.
We'll send you a coat.
Yeah. Wendy says he caught a lot of hell because he was a gay man. Mm-hmm. I already saw it was very good.
Thank you, Wendy.
Emerald says Perry Mason was gay, and Wendy says Hattie McDaniels was gay. Oh, okay. So was Joan Crawford.
A lot of them
I knew Joan
kept
Crawford
quiet.
was.
And in the church, we're speculating.
Every time I hear
there's a lot, but we just kind of ignore it.
Every time I hear Hattie McDaniels, that goes with everything I say when I say I saw it. And then in real life, I like to think that kind of everyone.
She played that part, didn't she?
You want to get on this screen, and you better be
a black slave.
And there were some black people who said, "I'm not doing that."
Yeah.
So same thing we said. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't, fine. Leave everybody alone.
Right.
There's a reason why everybody doing stuff. Some people do it just for the money.
Chris said it snowed too.
That's what I'm saying. See.
How much snow did y'all get?
No, but they don't have salt, Lenore.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah. So when
you would think but these years have gone by that they still have an area where they keep it.
No, they can't have salt because they agriculture. It'll get all in their ground and stuff. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Chris.
When I lived down south, they couldn't do it because of that.
So sorry.
So they be sliding, and then hills. The hills of Tennessee.
Yeah,
they be sliding off mountains.
The hills where my grandmother lived in Alabama.
Yeah, they can't have.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What's next?
That was your MLK salute.
Yep.
Rustin, whatever.
Rustin.
Rustin.
Messed the man's name up. Here's your friend.